than 20 years ago, when I met up with one of our pioneer in laparoscopy, is the Professor Kirsten from Germany. I met him up while I was entertaining him in Hong Kong. He was one of my guest speakers. At that time, I was a gynecologist. I'd always do my open surgery. And I'm not very convinced at that time about laparoscopic surgery because I challenged him saying that now I have to cut open the abdomen in order to do what I'm doing. I don't believe at that time what he called pelviscopy and the keyhole surgery, that's the key word they are using rather than minimally invasive surgery. So I don't think you can do my job. But I started to change my mind after I learned more and more about this approach, and especially the many industries trying to produce very good optic, very good hemostatic instrument that make our life much easier. So I must say, I think Kirsten introduced me about this new approach. From then on, I started to pay more attention and motivate myself in this type of surgery for the benefit of a woman. I'm from Australia, and my country has been one of those developed countries that developed endoscopic surgery quite early. We have our college endorsing it, and we have our society, and there's supporting it and giving academic lectures. We are quite early in promoting this type of minimally invasive surgery approach. So I must say, have been developing quite well. Now, for benign surgery, for anesthesia surgery, nearly more than 90% have been postponed. But of course, there are still areas we need to develop. For example, in hysterectomy, in cancer surgery, these are the areas we will develop more in using this minimal invasive surgery approach. When I met up Professor Kirsten, I don't believe it's feasible. Now I must say, for many cancer surgery, especially in gynecology, the uterine cancer is the one we should all use laparoscopic approach, and cervical cancer, laparoscopic approach is also very good for our patient. Not only all these patients benefit from the minimally invasive nature of the surgery, they recover well and they don't suffer, and we won't delay them for any further adjuvant treatment. Unfortunately, most of the patients with ovarian cancer are the ones they develop already stage 3 disease. So we are trying our best to implementing this type of minimally invasive surgery for our cancer patients. Robotic surgery, I must say, is still at its beginning. For the time being, the cost of it, the machine, and also the number of parts we use. Now, robotic surgery is good for very experienced laparoscopic surgery. It doesn't need more time to learn, and they can pick it up very easily and do a nice job. However, and a majority of the hospital or country, especially in Asia Pacific, cannot afford it. So even though in many countries they started to have it, it's really a part of the learning curve for many of the doctor, hospital to be using this type of new technology. I think there will be increasing advance like our many of the laparoscopic and those hysteroscopic instruments. It will be getting better and better. And by that time, the price go down. I think many people will benefit at the end by this type of new technology. One thing, for people to do any surgery for a woman, no matter open surgery, vaginal surgery, one of the great concepts is to be safe, the safety for our patient. The newcomer, when they learn to perform a type of new surgery, they should properly learn it, get it accredited, and also practice more. At the end of the day, know how to deal with complications. So any newcomer should not just take one type of training. They need to be trained all vaginal, open, and minimally invasive. So there's a time they need to go through in their training. And various countries should not accept people cowboy to do surgery. They should be properly trained, properly accredited, so that our patient will benefit from the benefit of minimally invasive surgery and be guaranteed the safety. I'm quite glad what we have done over the year. We have more and more activity in Asia Pacific. That's what we are aiming for. But I do think APAGE cannot replace the role of many regional or national society, endoscopy society, in their training program, in their accreditation. So we can assist many of the national society in their development. We can bring in experts to help them. APAGE will be a role of coordinating all these activities. We give the expert help for areas that they do not have it. I think APAGE will need to have local office in various other places to assist them. So individual, our national society that are under APAGE, we should help them to develop more and more of their own activity, and they'll look into accreditation so that it will benefit our women who need the surgery at the end. Thanks.
Thank you so much. That concludes our interview for today. Thank you,
Thanks
Professor.
very much indeed.